My name is Dongwoo from Korea, major in TESOL.
My name is Christian Falcon. My major is business management, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
My name is Ayumu Nakayama. I am from Okinawa, Japan.
My name is Kat.
Mike Piccolo. I'm from the North Shore.
Nathan Howard, Prescott, Arizona, ICS anthropology major.
Hi, my name is David Richardson. I'm from Mesa, Arizona, and I love to play soccer because I grew up in Germany, and so it's fun to get together with the guys once or twice a week and just kick the ball around.
My name is Mika. I'm from Japan. Soccer is my passion.
Aloha. My name is Alex. I'm from Guatemala. I'm studying anthropology here at BYU Hawaii. This project of soccer here at BYUH, it's very interesting to me because we play soccer every week, more than twice probably a week. And we have different people coming to play soccer every time from different countries. And I personally was very interested in how soccer unify everybody here at BYU Hawaii. It creates a nice atmosphere within the students, and that's why we're gonna take a look at soccer here and study about it.
Hi, my name is Diana. I'm from Mexico. I'm an ICS anthropology major, and I'm interested in soccer because I think it's one of the activities that everybody here in this school can relate to, especially because it's a universal sport, and it's an activity that is not usually encouraged, which I think it should be, since the school wants us to be worldwide leaders. I personally enjoy playing soccer a lot, especially because I'm from Mexico and growing up, and my family has always encouraged us to play soccer, and just watching soccer matches with my dad. And I think that's just an experience that the people from other countries can relate to, and that unifies us.
My name is David Steven. I'm from the United States. I've been playing soccer since I was a little guy. I've been happy to play more here on campus now that so many students are here that enjoy playing and that come from different backgrounds and have different styles of playing the game. I've enjoyed implementing these things into our anthropology project this semester for class, and I see that through our participant observation and being involved here on campus with the students that play, that it makes it better and that we can provide a better atmosphere here on campus.
If BYU Hawaii provided more adequate soccer fields where the diverse student body can unite through the common ground that soccer offers, the university would create students with leadership, and the mission could be further accomplished.
The mission of Brigham Young University Hawaii is to combine both spiritual and secular learning and to prepare students with character and integrity who can provide leadership in their families, their communities, their chosen field, and in building the kingdom of God. And we would like to combine this mission with our thesis that we have for our soccer field project.
When considering our anthropology project and what we wanted to accomplish by studying students on campus and the issues that there are, we first thought about general problems at BYUH and concerns for administration as applies to student body. The first thing that we thought of was administration's push for activities for the students. They realize there's a lack of healthy recreation that students have available for them since we live in such a remote place on the island. We've noticed administration is worried about students getting into trouble, not having anything to do. So through BYUHSA, they tend to throw events such as dances or opening and closing socials and club activities. But what we've noticed about those activities is, one, that they're far and few between, especially for opening and closing socials at the beginning and end of each semester. But also dances in particular are mostly an American tradition, and they don't appeal to the majority of the student body here on campus. They also, through BYUHSA and the clubs that they have organized, they allow for club activities, but those don't allow for diversity within the student body. It seems that cultural clubs, they come together and they stick within that group and they do their activities. Those activities too are far and few between, but even then it's lacking diversity. We've noticed that since there is a lack of fun, in a sense, for the students on campus, there's a lack of social opportunities. Students get bored. They are unable to make friends, and one of the issues is that they tend to go home for summer. And as a result of that, graduation's dragged out. And they need to be here for more semesters other than summer when their friends are here. And it contributes to the problem and takes away from the mission and purpose of BYUH.
7 minutes, 2 goals.
The project aspects that we've implemented here in our anthropology project are mostly the issue itself, the sites that we've studied at, and the solutions that can fix this potential problem. We've implemented a few techniques that we have learned about in class and that we have applied. Within Persona, we've noticed that there's a wide variety of people who are within this culture of pickup soccer player student body here at BYUH. It's both athletic people, traditional or international type, both men and women are involved, and especially all ethnicities on campus seem to be represented in pickup soccer. Our ethnography has involved students on campus noticing that there is a problem and bringing to our attention and mentioning possible solutions to the issue of providing better places to play, more adequate fields that students can play on. Writing on the wall has included the use of the Facebook page soccer pickup site for BYUH. And there we've noticed that students communicate and they keep on track about when and where they're playing and how they can meet up. Our participant observation has included being active with the Facebook page and noticing when students play and when things are happening, and especially being present for over the past few weeks at all of the fields and all of the sites that we have mentioned. Our participation in the game has increased, I think, our understanding of the problem, possible solutions, and has helped to gain trust with those pickup soccer students that play here on campus.
Some of the sites that we studied, we actually have 4. One of them is the stake center. In front of the stake center, we have a big field right there, and in this field we usually play at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Sometimes we play Thursdays afternoon, and mostly we play Fridays. Like every Fridays we play there at 5 o'clock. And also Saturdays, sometimes we play it Saturday morning there. And but this field, it was not designed for soccer purposes or any other type of sports. So playing soccer, it's sometimes a little bit dangerous, but because it has a lot of holes, just the field is not for soccer. Usually when you run, when you have soccer shoes on, it's not comfortable running in through holes and stuff like this throughout the field. Yeah, that's one thing that it's not really nice there. It's a little bit dangerous. So it's not for soccer. But the other thing is that right there, there are no goals. So it's just a field. The goals, usually we use kind of the fences that the security has to, when they block TVA, the path, like at nights, they have some fences. So those fences, we use them for goals. They don't even look like goals. But we use that because that's the only thing that we have to kind of try to have a goal, try to use them. So, and just thinking about goals, when we have real goals, it changes our motivation to play soccer. When we have like real goals, it creates a more, I wouldn't say competitive soccer, but probably more passion to play soccer. So goals in a soccer field, it's what it is. That's what it makes soccer more fun, more like a motivation to students. So, and that's what we don't have in the Stake Center. Also, the Stake Center, because it's not a soccer field, so we have no lines. There's nothing that can line up our field. So we just play all around there, and students sometimes, you know, they still go to play soccer because they love soccer. But when we play, for example, sometimes we play at the soccer field. The soccer field that we have here at BYU, it's lined up. So it has lines like all for soccer. It motivates us, and we enjoy playing soccer. But here in the Stake Center, it's a little bit different. We can feel that difference by only having these lines. The other thing is that the availability of the Stake Center, this is the good thing about this, because we don't need to schedule it. We can show up anytime, in the morning, noon, afternoon, night, we can play.
Hi, aloha. My name is Matt. I'm from Kazakhstan. I really love coming here and playing soccer. I wish we could have more opportunities to do so. I grew up playing it and I really enjoyed it. You can see the field. It's like holes. Looks like it's nice from the bar, but it's a lot of holes inside. Can't even jump. Hurt ourselves with it. But if they even do this kind of good field, I know it's a great investment for the BYU soccer team.
Another place that we usually play is the faculty housing yard. Right there, it's just a small field. It's not really big. It's actually on a little hill. Right there also has a lot of holes, and between the field there are some trees, and we usually have goals there. It's because one of the student players that comes to play, he brings his own goals, and that's what it makes fun. And that's a lot of people, even though the field is not that big and that great, people love it. They come. We play there usually, I would say most of the time, almost always, Saturdays, 8 in the morning, like until noon, students play there. And yeah, it doesn't matter how kind of the field is, but people come and play soccer. And yeah, the availability of this, we as far as we know, we don't need to schedule that either. We just come and show up.
I'm from Indonesia. I've been playing soccer from elementary school, but not that good anyway. So we play here every Saturday morning. Well, actually I heard it from my friend that we play over here every morning, so I just came by and played.
The other site is the old rugby field by the old gym. Right there used to be, like, probably 2 years ago, we used to play there because it was just, the availability of this field was just anytime, you can go anytime. We usually play there at nights, like around 9 to 11, and there's like a light there, and that's why we could play at nights. So, but it had a lot of holes. Yeah, and maybe because of that, actually the school renovated, but now we cannot play there anymore. It's only for classes and sports, belongs to classes. People who are taking these classes, they can play in this field. For other reasons, like maybe clubs, activities or something, it's not available for these clubs. It's really sad because before we used to play there. Now that they renovated it and they make it really nice, but now we cannot use it anymore. The other site is the soccer field, the real one by the PCC. Next to it at the back is the soccer field that we have here at BYUH. That one is a good one. We have goals. The field is marked up, has nice grass, some holes, right? But it's a really good field for us. So we love to play there. We like to play there. In fact, on summer times, spring, summer, and first term times, we play like almost every day there. We go to play every afternoon. But the problem with this field is that the availability of this field, it's not available anytime. You have to schedule it, and to schedule it you have to do it through a club. So doing it through a club, it's not easy because it requires a lot of papers, has to be approved by BYUHSA, and sometimes the field is not available because they're maintaining it, or the soccer BYU soccer here, they're using it. So last time I went and tried to schedule it, and they told me that it's not available, and they told me like next 2 weeks you can use it.
Hello, my name is Dong. I'm from Korea. I love soccer. We are here and we play soccer tournament between Korea and Japan. I reserved the soccer field because we cannot use it.
So the availability of this, it's not possible. There's no availability, and usually what students do, they just go, even though without permission. They just go and get into the field because they love soccer and they like the field there. They love that there's goals and everything is nice, and we just go. And a lot of times the security has come and just kicked us out sometimes. And but yeah, so that's the problem with the soccer field. And mostly when BYUH soccer team is playing, when it's their season, like winter and fall, we cannot play it there at all because they practice, they have games and stuff like this. We can't play, so we have to go to other places. In fact, some people, they go to Kahoku to play soccer like at night. Usually they go on Tuesdays there because there's nowhere to play soccer.
To address this issue, we thought firstly to aim at the idea of diversity, since our campus is very unique in that we have so many people from so many diverse places. We thought first of all of soccer, of FIFA and what they have done to unite the entire world through soccer. And they have World Cup celebrations, and diversity and culture and understanding is brought through that. They have among all the soccer fans, and even through leagues that are other than actual World Cup play. FIFA has brought soccer to unite the world into one global body. And we feel that we can do that to an extent here on the BYUH campus. We can apply in a way FIFA's model to BYUH, and in that way address diversity specifically, social activities for the students, health, and even leadership for our students as they organize games, make friends, enjoy being with people. And we have used participant observation mostly to address the issue, to understand what problems there are within pickup soccer on campus. We noticed that pickup soccer unites individuals from diverse backgrounds as friends, or at least as familiar faces on campus. We noticed especially that arrival at the field for gameplay, there's greetings, and people come to know each other in that way. During the play, we noticed that there's lots of congratulating, clapping, high-fiving, lots of friendship in that way. After play, we've noticed there's lots of good games, handshaking, and planning out the next game when they're going to play, and even just hanging out at the field afterwards. Away from the field, we've noticed that people tend to greet on campus. They have a familiar face to look for, and they're able to coordinate about future games. In this way, we've seen that there's a bit of a positive effect within pickup soccer, people making more friends or acting more socially, and on the field we noticed that people have the opportunity to act in a way as leaderships when they're dividing up teams, or even when they have conflict with other people that want to use the field. We've noticed that leadership has played a role in pickup soccer. Specifically concerning the problem that BYUH pickup soccer has been experiencing is we've noticed the field use, its availability, and field adequacy here on campus. We learned early on that many students enjoy playing soccer, and many do go out to play. Through talking on campus, we've also noticed that many students would like to play, but would prefer not to play under such strange circumstances. Most students say that they've grown up playing soccer, they enjoy playing to relieve stress, it gets good exercise, and that as a result they even tend to do better in the classroom. We've noticed that the most students arrive to play soccer when we play on the big field, on the actual team soccer field in the back of campus. There are goals with nets, there's lines, there's a level, even playing field, but the main issue there is that it's just not allowed. The university prohibits it. That's easily seen by all the fences and gates and locks that they have put up around that field. And we've looked further into that to see how that field can be accessed. We've learned that BYUH SA approved clubs are allowed to schedule the field if they do it with at least 2 weeks in advance, and if it gets approved by BYUH SA. Besides that, the team itself, whether they have games, practice or not, they tend to claim that area as their own. And if they see other people playing on there, they get upset. We actually had an experience at the beginning of the semester when we wanted to play. The actual team players were there, and there was even a fight as a result. So there's a bit of hostility on that field where most people would prefer to play. In other places where students tend to play in front of the Stake Center or at the faculty housing parking lot by the temple, there are a lot of students that show up, and even 2 or 3 games sometimes have to be set up on those fields. The problem there, though, is that the fields are so small. There are no goals. They're crooked fields, and it's actually even dangerous. In personal experiences, I was participating with this group playing. I've had a little bit of knee issues, ankle issues because of the unlevel field holes at the raw rocks. And I've even headbutted a kid playing because I hit an unexpected lump in the field and lunged forward. Other issues, especially with the Stake Center, is that there is a conflict with the rugby players that want to play. They also apparently know where to play. And they, in a way, claim the area in front of the Stake Center, as they put it, through Monday through Thursday in the afternoons. They say the weekend is available for anyone else, but that's their time. And they do tend to play there. They tend to have the most people show up before soccer people show up. On the occasion that we have soccer players, the pickup soccer players wanting to play, during the week there have been conflicts and issues with the rugby players, and we've had to talk and work it out, and sometimes even share the field, which becomes very difficult in such a small area, especially as to the farther ends of the field it gets more and more crooked.
Our team has come up with several solutions that were inspired by the students that play soccer, and one of them was to be able to schedule a soccer field, not precisely with a club, but just by themselves, or have a time for pre-play. So instead of playing Friday afternoons in front of the Stake Center, they can just go over to the soccer field and play there. That would be easier for them to play there because it's flattened and they have the goals there, and it's a great size to play soccer. We have noticed that the gym has open hours for students to go there and play basketball or any other sport. We have courts so people can go play tennis. We have the swimming pool, and people have open hours they can attend to. But we don't really have a soccer field where students can play, which is kind of sad since it is a universal sport, especially in our campus, who is full of international students. So I would consider having open hours for students to play in the soccer field. And another option would be fixing the Stake Center, just flatten the field and put some goals there. If they're able to have backstops over there, I'm sure they can have goals. They can just drive them around and use them to play. Or they could also play in front of the Aloha Center, which is also an open area, which can be flattened. option would be using the tennis courts that are not used to play indoor soccer, and the only thing they would have to do is change the carpet and put goals, and that's it. And anybody could just go play anytime, even at night, because they have lights there and it is right next to the dorms. Or you could also have the softball field flattened, since nobody uses it, and use those goals that are over there that are just like kind of broken, but they can fix and just be used. And we also noticed that one of the reasons that why we might not have a soccer field is because this is considered a dangerous sport. But there are sports like that are also dangerous. Like even playing tennis, basketball is way too, like, you know, people just play really close to each other and they touch each other and they like hit each other. And soccer, well, yeah, it's dangerous, but we have other sports that are also dangerous. And while playing soccer, with our participant observation that we've been doing the past few weeks, I've come to understand that students connect with each other through that sport. It's like a universal language, almost like music. And people are able to know each other and not fight each other and understand each other like in any culture through this sport. And if students are able to do that in a daily basis, they can also be able to inspire each other and be good leaders just by understanding each culture. And this will help accomplish the mission of the school.
My name is Preston, from China. I love soccer, and every Friday and Saturday morning, Friday afternoon, in front of the State Center as well as next to temple. And I think it's a good experience, play with different cultures. But I think we should have a better playground for the soccer, and as well as more organized.
My name is Angela and I'm from Malaysia, and I play soccer at least once a week. And my opinion on playing in this field is, I think we need a better field. We need, because soccer is a very good sport that we can gather together and play, and at the same time, exercise to keep our household healthy. So I think we need a better soccer field.
We've concluded that more adequate fields would allow more students to unite as a diverse student body here on campus, to be healthy, to be social, to have leadership opportunities, to even graduate sooner, and to even further perpetuate the BYUH mission to become leaders here and elsewhere throughout our lives.